we are live.
Okay, guys. What stands out for you? This is going to be game 1, DibuCuervo versus Soadmon. Which Pokemon do you see that's going to be the most trouble for, let's say, Soadmon from DibuCuervo's line?
Yeah, I think you see. It doesn't seem like Soadmon built the team around seeing Articuno on the other side. There's a lot of weakness there. And I feel like it could really, cause some damage against the team overall. It's pretty, easily taken care of just because it's flimsy. But I think it's definitely capable of taking out 1.5 or even 2 Pokemon on Soadmon's team if it doesn't line up right.
Definitely.
I think Ferrothorn might be tough as well. I think because the counter users on Soadmon's team, they're good all round, but they sort of only there's nothing. They only really want to line up versus Ferro. So if they don't bring the counter user, Ferro could cause some havoc as well.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing that I would like to point out is the fact that, like I always point out, because I had a very difficult time playing against double counter during the Sunrise Cup, so that could also come into play. Any thoughts, Sergio?
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely sharing what you are saying, and I see that it's going to be let's say Soadmon kind of needs to bring his counter user to check the Ferrothorn, but at the same time I have the feeling that DibuCuervo has solid answers to the counter users with Articuno and Pelipper. So I think that those 4 months are going to be key in my opinion for this matchup.
Yeah. All right. Let's see how they play these games out. On to our commentators, which is going to be me and none other than Sosa-Flow. If you don't know him, he is Team Rocket Academy, basically, with a few other people. He's been around forever in the Silph community, and he's going to shoutcast with me. Sosa, what are your initial thoughts on the teams? Who do you pick? Who do you think could win?
You know what? I really like how Soadmon brought the hard Vigoroth counters in Mantine and Driftbloom there, but he did get countered by that with the Wigglytuff and Articuno. So that'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But Mantine having Bubble and Wing Attack, with Bubble getting that knockdown, Wing Attack could actually be the like answer kind of to Ferrothorn on Soadmon's team. We don't know yet, where he can just kind of chunk it down. If he gets caught in a lock-in, right, Bubble Beam it down, he can get a bunch of Wing Attacks. If he gets an Ice Beam, that's more chunk damage, and then he can just have the rest of his team go to town, right? Like,
yeah.
It really seems like it's a good matchup, but at the same time, you have to line it up. If you can't line it up, like, if he can see it, great. If he can line it up, even better.
All right, let's see. Game 1.
Game 1, here we go.
So Ferrothorn into Mantine. This is a great
There it is! Is it Bubble or is it Wing Attack?
All right, it is a Bubble Mantine.
Okay.
So this is a very, very good matchup for the Ferrothorn, and at this point, Mantine would want to go to an Ice Beam, but unfortunately, Ferrothorn always wins CMP against a Mantine. What is also interesting to note is the Ferrothorn is running Flash Cannon.
I was just about to note that too. Ferrothorn and with Flash Cannon in this cup is really interesting. I think he was worried about a Fairy, but he's going to get this Ice Beam off. If it goes through, it's not going to do too much. He's still in a good, comfy position. So I think he's going to try to maybe think to get a shield here. I think the game plan is he's already in this to keep the switch situation. But let's see what he does now with this, if he's going to take this shield or not.
All right, a small correction with us is the fact that I just saw the energy generation, and that is not a Flash Cannon, it's a Mirror Shot.
Mirror Shot.
Yeah, so it's a little bit
We got a bunch of baiters debating it.
Yeah.
We're all playing the bait game now.
Exactly.
Still no shield.
Oh,
wow.
Man. Will he get countered down? Oh, that is really nice. He brings in Vigoroth and counters down, and there goes the Ferrothorn with a lot of energy. But now he will be switch locked against Wigglytuff. This is a matchup that Vigoroth loses, but not exactly in a bad way.
I mean, you could, once again, still chunk down that Wigglytuff with these body slam pressures, taking shields. I think we're going to try to take a shield here, right? Soadmon still has, only has 1, and DibuCuervo has 2. So trying to get the shield. He's gonna finally get that shield. That's why he brought the Vigoroth out. There it is. He gets the shield, just
All
like
right.
he wanted.
Now, I guess, unfortunately, due to the energy lead that Soadmon had, he will be forced to double shield. But this is good in a way that he's now going to fully charm down the Vigoroth. Oh, okay, wow, that is an
there was a
interesting
swap.
strategy. That is a really good swap. He just banked the energy on the Wigglytuff with an Ice Beam. So now he has the energy advantage on the Articuno. It's going to be really interesting to see what Soadmon does. Because if this... Oh, it has Thunder. This is going to hurt.
Not as much. Debuffing. Remember, he's still got the Vigoroth. He swapped out the Vigoroth. He could get a counter in.
Exactly. He can get one counter in. But no, he did not swap out the Vigoroth. The Vigoroth is down. The Mantine still has some energy left.
Oh, the Mantine still has energy. Okay.
Yeah, but this Thunder is going to hurt. It's going to hurt the Articuno. Being as fragile as it is, yeah. If it wasn't debuffed, it would put it in the red, but now he's going to get to the second Ice Beam. He wants to force the shield. That is his win con. He needs to make Soadmon shield.
Well, Soadmon not shield. He's not going to shield. The debuff will come in.
Oh, man.
And he comes back like he called it with the Bubble Beam. This actually could take it out. It's in that red. This will take out. The Bubble Beam will do it.
Yeah, and one bubble is all it will take to faint. Okay, no, actually.
Wiggly?
No. He has quite a bit of energy. This is
He has the energy. Here's still the shield. Oh, I thought the Wiggly went down. It did not go down. So he made the proper swap. Instead of the Wiggly going down with an Ice Shard, he swapped out the Wiggly and saved the Mantine. Even with a bad lead with the Mantine against the Ferrothorn, right? That's a bad lead for anybody. That's just a not-win situation. He pulled it out.
Yeah, exactly. That was a very impressive gameplay from Soadmon. It was very close. Unfortunately, Dibu getting a little bit greedy with not shielding his Ferrothorn and getting countered down. That was a little bit unlucky, but it worked out well for Soadmon.
He knows how to play that Mantine.
Exactly.
Now I know that. That is great. He knows how to play this Mantine. And Mantine's been great for the last 3 cups that we've had too.
Yeah.
So he's really well versed on the Mantine. I'm excited to see it now. Well, now will we see Pelipper come out?
Well, let's see how they adapt. I think Dibu shouldn't really have a problem adapting. His line was pretty well lined up against Soadmon. It was just unlucky that the switch didn't work through. But I think we will see Vigoroth coming in this game for Dibu. Let's see.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, there you go, Vigoroth.
All right, we haven't seen this all season long.
Oh man.
There's a counter sneak in there too. Yeah.
There was a desync, so one of them is going to get to the counter a little bit before the other. But at this point, depending on when they throw, it's going to sync up. So Soadmon not opting to shield. This time it's Dibu with a swap. This is actually pretty dangerous because now Wingo, the Pelipper, will win CMP. He got a bit greedy trying to overfarm, but now he has the shield and can double body slam the Pelipper.
And what does he have? He's the Mantine again in the back, and I think it's the Ferrothorn again too. Pelipper's it's still weak to that Power Whip. He's still gonna have to shield. So this is great pressure we have there on the Pelipper. In comes the Mantine.
All right, so it's gonna be a race to Hurricane. Oh wow, he goes for the bait. Soadmon goes for the bait. If he
threw Ice Beams all time, right?
Yeah. Oh, and Dibu calls it. Oh my god, that's going to be a lot of... Oh, this Hurricane is going to apply so much pressure. But what's going to be weird is that the Mantine can throw another bubble and bubble down... another bubble beam and then bubble down this Pelipper if the Pelipper...
That timer's out. That timer's up.
Oh man, will we see a swap?
He comes in the bubble, Weather Ball.
Yeah, of course. Weather Ball, but it's not going to do anything. He's just going to get farmed down by the Mantine. Oh, that is painful. He has 2 shields, but this is a fully loaded Mantine.
And it's a fully loaded Vigoroth, I believe. Oh no, this is a fully healthy Vigoroth.
Exactly.
Soadman's got the fully loaded Vigoroth. That's right. That was the swap.
Exactly. This he needs to shield this. Oh man, 2 shields and he did not call the bait. That is unfortunate for Dibu, but still 2 shields up. Now he'll.
This is a Mantine user, man. Look at how we're seeing Mantine being used right here. He knows exactly. He's in his head. He's getting the shields.
Oh man, he shields the
my
bubble
gosh.
beam.
We get to the other one. Oh.
I think technically right now the main play that Dibu has is to get as many counters into the Ferrothon as possible. And yes, okay, that was a play. Bring in his Articuno to soak in a bubble beam. Of course, this will be debuffed, but his goal is going to be debuffing the Ferrothon as much as he can.
Here comes here comes the heavy Vigoroth. Here comes the heavy Vigoroth.
Oh man, he can't afford to shield this. He cannot. He needs to save the shield for whatever mon he for the mon at the back. So he I think he knows that there's going to be a Ferrothon at the back. So now it's going to be Ferrothon is going to get debuffed twice.
Yeah. And there's no shields for that Ferrothorn too. And maybe just go for broke. Okay, they're gonna go for the debuff. I think it's Blizzard on it.
Oh,
yeah.
That would have been insane. But I think he's going to get he's going to double debuff. What we should also note is that he does have a Mantine with some health left to reset the also to as a sack swap and also to reset the debuff, which could come in very handy. All right,
he's gonna throw that power whip. Will it still KO at this range? Yeah. Oh, Articuno is still alive. He swapped out the Articuno. It has 0 health.
Oh, he's putting everything on the Vigoroth. He's putting everything on the Vigoroth. Oh man, this is gonna be so close. Oh, 1, 2.
Mantine! Oh, not enough time.
Vigoroth
has too much health.
Oh my god, how did he pull that off? Oh man, this is top level gaming right here. And yeah,
comes to counter. All right, wow. He saved the shield for the Vigoroth. He said everybody's gonna go down. I don't care if you're baiting me or not. Everybody's going down. Vigoroth will be my hero, and he did. It was the bet. He made a bet, and he had a game plan. And DibuCuervo adapted. And even we saw Soadmon using that Mantine beautifully again. He was in his head. Ice beamed him, didn't get a shield. Bubble beam finally got a shield. Like, he was there. He was like, wait, like, oh. Soadmon was there.
Yeah, Soadmon played to perfection, I think, to be honest. Unfortunate, but it was amazing gameplay from both sides. Let's see what the deciding game is going to bring us.
This is an all-star match. There needs to be hype in that chat. Oh, no, it's not the lead you want.
Well, technically speaking, it isn't actually a bad lead. Vigoroth can beat the Wigglytuff in the 0 shields as long as you practice charge move denial. Let's see how he does it. Oh, he sneaks in a charm. That's always bad for the Vigoroth. But let's see how Dibu is going to play it. Will he shield the Wigglytuff?
He's going to take that body slam. He knows he snuck that charm in. He knows he snuck that charm in.
He has to shield now, and I guess he's going to try and farm down the Vigoroth at this point.
Last time he did this in the first matchup too, remember? He saved the play rough. It actually came in. He drew the shield, but it doesn't. Vigoroth still had help.
Oh my god.
Both shields committed.
Both shields committed. This looks like such a massive uphill climb, and whatever the Wigglytuff throws at the next Pokemon is not going to do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, Ice Beam is going to be neutral to the Mantine, and we know how bulky Mantine is. And he commits a shield. This is actually this is the best case scenario for Dibu, getting the shield on the Mantine. I think he has to bring in the Articuno because he knows that Soadmon loves his Ferrothorn. So
how's Soadmon's gonna play that out? I mean, he's kind of caught in this. Double shielding the Wigglytuff. He's kind of caught, right? If he brings in Ferrothorn, in comes the Vigoroth.
Yeah, but I think shields down, Vigoroth is going to do pretty well against. Ferrothorn is going to do pretty well against the Vigoroth. But now, considering he went Ice Beam and not for the debuff, this is going to be a little bit closer than it should be. Will he get
broke, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Takes the swap.
Oh man.
Doesn't throw, still goes for the Ice Beam. Still throws the energy.
Yeah, it makes sense because Articuno's Icy Wind will not KO the Mantine, and this Ferrothorn can apply serious damage with these Power Whips.
Yeah.
Oh, he goes for the Bulldoze. Oh my god, if he doesn't call this
Will
bait,
he
he's gonna
sneak
do
it?
a lot. Oh!
He
sneaks in
doesn't
the
call
bull-
it. He
Oh
sneaks
my
it.
god.
This Power Whip's still gonna hurt. I mean, this Power Whip could put it deep in the red.
Yeah, oh man, this is gonna be oh man, this is gonna be really close. Will he be able to get to the
Did he get it? Oh!
And I think he's gonna get to the
Articuno
Power
farm?
Whip. Oh man.
Oh, he gets it! You're absolutely right. He gets
Yeah.
the Power Whip the time the Bullet Seed energy came through.
Man, I would love to see the IVs on these Soadmons mons.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. Oh my god, this is high level gameplay. Unfortunately, it doesn't have two Icy Wind banked up. So
And there is a shield still on Soadmon.
Yeah, definitely. Man, Soadmon pulls a big upset game 1 by beating Dibu. Alright, so I guess it's
The Primes?
Primes 1, Eggs 0.
What nothing to the Primes?
Autobots roll out. Alright, let's go back to the analyst panel.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out more the play of the Mantine in the second matchup. That was a really good lesson for a lot of battlers out there. It is a tough mon to handle effectively, but if you can do it, it can do some serious work in your team. Basically, no matter the format, it is going to be quite good at. Well, good lesson for a lot of us.
Okay, so let's move to the next game. It's going to be the second game in the field, and it's going to be between Savage Boy and Juvan Z7. So the floor is yours, Abby and Sosa.
Right. This is the second match. All right, this is good. I like seeing an Obstagoon, but you hate to see that Wigglytuff. You hate to see that Wigglytuff. And our analyst also forgot that he's muted. It's all good. You make that mistake.
All right, okay, my bad. All right. So, what I love to see is both of them are running Wigglytuff and both of them are running counters to Wigglytuff. One important thing to look at is that Savage Boy doesn't have a Pokemon that's super weak to Charm like Obstagoon. Pretty much, Duan's team has only one good Wigglytuff answer, and that is the Ferrothorn. So the strategy is going to revolve around getting rid of the Ferrothorn and try to finish with Wigglytuff.
I'm guessing it's gonna be Articuno and Vigoroth and Wigglytuff again. Oh my god, if we see that same lineup, because that was what DibuCuervo just won with, or DibuCuervo was running, right? Articuno. Exactly. Oh man, this is feeling good, like sunrise all over again for sure. Let's do this.
Exactly, and P.S. Dibu lost. So let's
Dibu
get
lost. That's right.
All right, so let's get straight into game number 1. Oh man, Savage Boy doing exactly the same thing Dibu did game 1, Ferrothorn into the Mantine. Let's see how this plays out. Now he goes for oh my god, is that okay, Zapdos.
Whoops. All right, Zapdos having the Drill Peck, Thunder Shock, and I believe it's Discharge, right?
Exactly.
This will put some extra hurt on. I mean, absolutely pressuring that shield. Absolutely pressuring that shield on this. My gosh, Vigoroth.
Exactly. One of the things that we would like to definitely note is that this is not a Shadow Zapdos. So yes, it does quite a lot of damage, but I'm not sure exactly how much of a bad matchup this is for the Vigoroth, because this Vigoroth can tank in a charge move from the Zapdos, and it looks like they're lagging a little bit. All right.
Lagging a little bit. You know what I'm loving about this season of Silph is that they've really let in the birds. We've seen Articunos and Zapdoses, right? A lot of mythicals are getting played now this season. We're like, you have them and you want to use them. A lot of us want to use them, but you could see them on the big stage here, and this is great.
That one counter advantage pulling this matchup for the Vigoroth. So all right, coming in with an amazing mon with oh man, he actually gives up switch. Okay.
Gave up switch.
All right. But in a way, he's trying to, I guess, bait out the counter for Wigglytuff, but unfortunately, Ferrothorn is a counter for Wigglytuff, and Articuno is also going to do pretty well against the Mantine. So
these charms are going to chunk away. So if he's like doing farm up and he can get this Ice Beam off, he could do some damage on this Ferrothorn or force that shield, which is great because now these charms, he's still going to get enough charms in there to knock this Ferrothorn in the close to red. Power Whip shouldn't knock it out here.
Yeah, I think Savage Boy will want to farm up a little bit more before throwing the next move. It doesn't matter if he gets the red as long as he can throw some hurt into the Mantine at the back. Oh man, is he going to try to farm it down completely? Oh, this Thunder is going to boost. Oh, will he bring the Vigoroth? I think he has to bring the Vigoroth. He needs to bring the Vigoroth and tank one move. Yeah. Oh, is that a Thunder? Okay, all right. All right, so Vigoroth is going to eat this Power Whip, and the following Mantine will definitely have another Power Whip hitting it.
Yeah, ice in the veins, man. Ice in the veins. He's got ice. Okay, throwing this Power Whip is going to be super effective. That Grass type, building all that energy.
Oh man, this
really
is
nice
gonna be.
position.
Oh, it's a Blizzard.
And without the debuff too.
I think it's an Ice Beam. I'm not sure. It's a Blizzard. I can unfortunately cannot. It's an Ice Beam. Yes.
It's an Ice Beam. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Without the debuff.
Exactly. And this Ice Beam from the Mantine is definitely going to be just neutral. So Articuno has nothing to worry about. I think Savage Boy has this game in his bag.
Yeah.
All
That's the difference of a Mantine user right there. Soadmon knowing to keep the Mantine in on the Ferrothorn on that first lead, same kind of lead first matchup where Duvain took it out immediately and was playing uphill. He knocked himself uphill. So this is a great rendition of that. Beautiful with the Articuno, the build up there with the Articuno. Surprising with the Zapdos.
Yeah, exactly.
Super surprised about that Zapdos, but super excited it's there.
Well, I think we kind of missed the Zapdos and the actual team. I see that it's Vigoroth, Mandibuzz, Articuno, Stunfisk, Zapdos, and Ferrothorn for Savage Boy. So
there is no Wigglytuff. So the analysis that we have of worrying about the Wigglytuff, you don't need to because he's got that Mandibuzz in there now. That Drifloom's been put into check.
Exactly. So let's see how game 2 goes. All right, game 2, Zapdos into Wiggly. Ooh man, Zapdos is spammy, but it's also very squishy. So you wouldn't want it aligned with a Wigglytuff. So I think Duvain is staying in to a point that he gets debuffed, and then he's either going to tank this debuff and switch out, or he's going to stay in. It doesn't matter both ways because I think that he's got the lead, and Wiggles has like a very dominant matchup against the Flyers.
Wiggles. Sorry.
Sorry.
That's great. No, this is great. This Ice Beam, I would say shield it, but he should do what he wants to do. He's gonna take it.
Well, he's gonna try to build up some energy advantage. What is unfortunate is that Duvain has a double counter that's going on for him, and this Ferrothorn is gonna get hard-walled.
Oh my gosh, and that timer's still not up, so he's gonna this Ferrothorn's gonna take all of this damage.
Yeah.
He has to use all of the shields on that Zapdos.
Exactly. But the good thing about Ferrothorn is that when it throws a Power Whip, it does hurt the Vigoroth. So the play right now, I guess, for Duvain, for Savage Boy is to try to get as many Power Whips into the Vigoroth as possible. All right, he brings in the Zapdos in. This is interesting. He's trying to get an energy lead, and he's hoping for, let's say, the Mantine at the back, like game 1.
So he's also drawing out that energy too. So now Vigoroth doesn't have energy anymore. He's building it up, and he's making the play here to force his opponent. Now he's gonna say, "Are you shielding this?" Trying to figure out what he's got in the back. I think this might be a tell. That shield might tell Savage Boy that he's got the fighter in the back too.
All right, and this was really good. It was CMP, so as Duvain just shielding again, and he wants that last shield from Savage Boy, because with shield advantage, maybe Ferrothorn could do well against Duvain's backline.
I don't
man.
know. There's a Wigglytuff there. This is just gonna give this Zapdos energy.
No, he cannot farm Wigglytuff down,
Oh
unfortunately.
yeah, no, he can't. I didn't think the Wigglytuff could have that much health left.
Yeah, and once he sees the Obstagoon at the back, this game is gonna be very
It's so
difficult to
sad.
come back from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he's actually going for the Night Slash. That's really nice. Maybe he's fishing for a boost for last minute.
I mean, it's courteous. It's still gonna KO.
Didn't get the boost. Damn
They
it.
get the boost, yeah.
All right.
Oh well. I mean, knowing that the Wiggly wasn't gonna come, absolutely bring in the double counter now. Now you
Exactly.
can play your double counter. Now you see that they're playing in double flyer. So Savage Boy has to come and swap out his game strategy here, because the double flyer worked for him last matchup, the 1st matchup, but it did not work for him in this matchup.
Exactly, especially because Savage Boy is running Mandibuzz, Articuno, and Zapdos. Thank you for telling us in the chat.
Yeah, and
All right.
Duvane, way to make that adjustment too. They both
Exactly.
swapped. He saw that what was happening here, and he brought in his Obstagoon and Ferrothorn in the back, knowing that, or Vigoroth in the back, knowing that he was Savage Boy could possibly bring in that Ferrothorn.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see how Game 3 turns out.
Maybe he was bringing in that Ferrothorn to draw out maybe he brought in the Mantine game 1 to draw out the Ferrothorn game 2. And he brings in the Obstagoon again. Here it is as the lead. This
man.
is good.
This is a decent. Let's say it's a 50-50 lead, at least according to me. It's
Getting
going to
rid
be,
of the Wigglytuff counter, right?
well, technically, Articuno is not exactly. It doesn't. Oh man, he gets the boost.
Got the buff.
Oh man.
Here comes the debuff.
Yeah, he gets a boost and gets he goes up 2 stages and gets knocked down 1. So it's still a buffed Obstagoon.
Mhm.
Okay, so now Savage Boy sees that Dwayne swaps in his Vigoroth into the Vigoroth. I mean, Dwayne swaps in his Vigoroth into Savage Boy's Vigoroth. This means that Savage Boy can now know that the best answer that Dwayne has for his Vigoroth is a Vigoroth. So this is going to be interesting how he plays this out. Maybe he tries to protect his Vigoroth as much as possible.
And if you notice, one has Bulldoze, the other one has, I think it's Brick Break.
Yeah, that is actually pretty interesting.
That is a really good, and he probably brought Brick Break for this mirror matchup.
Oh man, will
Especially
he
for
end
the
up
mirror
double
matchup.
shielding? Will he end up double shielding his Vigoroth?
Might have
All
to.
right.
No, he doesn't.
He lets it go. I think he's gonna come and try to farm up a
Stunfisk
little
in the
bit.
back.
Yeah.
Stunfisk in the back.
Stunfisk deals pretty okay with Wigglytuff. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, Articuno, oh man, he's trying to catch the... Oh, okay, he gets the body slam. This is pretty okay for Savage
Mm-hmm.
Boy. He also has a shield, so this is gonna come down to the wire.
I think this is great that it brings in the Stunfisk too to take this, so he can just farm it up and get those wild charts ready for whatever that third Pokemon's in the back. Stunfisk is always a spammy Pokemon. When Galarian
Exactly.
Stunfisk is taken out, Stunfisk reigns. Like everybody forgets that Stunfisk reigned before Galarian Stunfisk came out. So Stunfisk showing up again while he's the pancake to be afraid of.
Exactly.
And if they're serving him at IHOP, let's give him some syrup to make him sweet at least. Good Lord. He's going to try for the boost again. Remember, he got the boost taken off the Obstagoon, but he wants it back on.
All right, let's see if he gets a boost. Oh, he does not get the boost. So I think Savage Boy farmed up a little bit extra. What he would want to do at this point is possibly try to switch in the Articuno and get the debuff on the Wigglytuff, or try to do as much damage to the Wigglytuff before swapping in the Articuno.
Yeah. This is really good too. The Mud Bomb first because it's less energy, so that when he can get to that wild charge faster and do some more damage if he needs to. Taking the swap.
Oh man, he's going for the Ice Beam. Oh, he gets the Ice Beam. This is going to be so clutch. Will this knock out the Wigglytuff? I think it would put it very close to the red. Oh my god. Ooh, is that a Thunder Shock or more? Oh man.
One.
Oh,
two. Oh,
oh man, that is 2 though. Wire. Oh my god, what a game.
Well played.
Well
Well
played.
played on that Stunfisk. That was beautiful.
All right.
What an adjustment, real quickly before we kick it off. I just want to say, what an adjustment to bring in that Stunfisk in the end there, to be like, look, we played the double flyer. Now I'm going to see if you're going to bring in that double counter again. And he saw it. And he brought in the Stunfisk. You know, it has the discharge. It has the mud bomb. It's spammy. It's a terror to be afraid of. Like, these were great battles again. The All-Stars showing up why they've got these players here. I'm so excited to see what the analysts have to say.
All right, let's go back to our analyst.
Yeah, what a game here. That was really, if yesterday we had some very nice game, I have the feeling that today it's going to be even more amazing. So what were your thoughts? I was like, in my opinion, I really thought that that will be an easy game for Savage Boy. Because I didn't see that much answers to the let's say Articuno and Zapdos combo, but I was like really amazed by how Duvan adapted in game 2 and how he almost won the last game despite this let's say disadvantage, in my opinion. So what are your thoughts here? We'll start with Tati.
I think it's good from Duvan's side that he saw that the double counter line is pretty good against Savage Boy. I know there's 3 flyers, but all of them are neutral to counter, or, well, Zapdos is not, but Zapdos is still pretty glassy, and if you get some energy advantage, as we saw in the first match, then double counter is doing pretty well there. And also then, I really like the Wigglytuff pick as well as a third one to kind of force some issues with the kind of hard matchups with those fighters, such as the flyers. And also when you have the Wigglytuff, then you kind of have the double counter users to fight against the Ferrothorn as well. So I kind of thought that he found the pretty good line for the second and third games. Just wasn't enough in the last one. The Stunfisk did pretty well, and that Ice Beam in the end was so clutch.
Yeah, I think the double counter user looks pretty great versus Savage Boy's team. You know, he's got to be scared of Vigoroth, but as Tati was saying, that there's not a great deal there to take on counter. I think when I look at Savage Boy's team, it looks really interesting because without having the Mantine there, it feels to me that Mantine is why a lot of people bring Ferrothorn, and so without tempting that Ferrothorn in, it sort of maybe allows Stunfisk to be a bit more free as well. So I think it was a really interesting team from Savage Boy, and even despite the weakness not weakness, but the openness to double counter that he managed to pull it out. I thought that was really impressive.
I'd like to comment few plays which I think are very interesting. First of all, it was very nice from the Duvain side not revealing the cross drop on the Obstagoon in the game 2. He knew he could just Night Slash down Ferrothorn, and so he decided not to reveal the cross drop. And this is a strategic play because your opponent won't know that you run cross drop, and maybe it won't shield on the Vigoroth. Another interesting thing from the Eggs team is both Savage Boy and the previous player both run a full ice Articuno, which is kind of interesting because I think they didn't think Hurricane was needed, just because Ice Beam is slightly cheaper in terms of energy and could be handy to finish or put things in red like it happened in G3. And another very interesting thing is that Savage Boy was running Brick Break Vigoroth. Brick Break is a bad move actually. It's useless in the mirror, but it's helpful in two meta matchups, which are Ferrothorn and Obstagoon. You still win the Obstagoon matchup, but if Obstagoon is fully loaded, he chunks you, and the Brick Braid could something like one shot or so from low range HP, and it's very helpful against Ferrothorn because maybe the opponent doesn't shield expecting a body slam, and you actually can chunk him. I think those were interesting choices in both plays and the team building side.
Also think the Brick Break is a solid choice as a second charge move with Vigoroth in this meta, because I don't think there's not that many matchups you actually want that Bulldoze, do you? But Brick Break is very nice against those two that you mentioned right there.
Yeah, I think if Galarian Stunfisk was allowed, that would be a big target for Bulldoze.
Yeah, definitely.
But Brick Break would also work there against Unova Stunfisk, but we haven't really seen it a lot from the Prime's team. What I'm really liking from this set of 3 was we saw a lot of Articuno, and I also ran Ice Beam Articuno in Sunrise on that double ice set, and I just find it very fun to play and very strong. Along with the Zapdos was really interesting, especially when he paired both of them in that second game. And I'm kind of upset we didn't see more of the Mandibuzz, because we saw that like in a big way yesterday. I forget which trainer had it on their team, but it really kind of pulled through in one of their games. But some really great play, some really great showcasing of those two legendary birds, and just a great set of matches to showcase this meta.
Definitely Moltres sad. Not being able to join.
Moltres needs Incinerate, and then it can keep playing Great League.
Yeah.
Alright, next game is the Nut 93, of course, the Nutman, the guy with the amazing profile picture, versus AndrewManjarrez. Alright, this is going to be again a field game. As you can see, the coming of Mandibuzz, and it's going to go against one of our, and I think Enhoff's favorite mud boys, Quagsire. What do you think about this matchup, Enhoff? Let's start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think Quagsire is always great when you can use it. It has, surprisingly potent matchups against a lot of things. Obviously, doesn't really have the bait potential that other mud boys might have, since it really has just expensive charge moves, but it can really put a ton of pressure, especially if it lands, a Stone Edge on an Articuno or a Charizard from the Nut side. I'm really excited about Articuno on both teams. I just really love seeing it get play in Great League. And then I really think Mandibuzz might be interesting here. I know we just saw a ton of Umbreon play in Ultra League, and Mandibuzz is just Umbreon with wings, but I think it could be cool to see, especially in this format.
Exactly. What are your any extra thoughts, Matthew?
Just surprised
I think...
that.
Oh, go on.
Yep, Matthew, go ahead. Go ahead, Matthew.
Just to say, Ferrothorn for the Nut looks really nice. Obviously, it's got to worry about the Vigoroth. But if it's got Mirror Shot, it wins zeros, I think, or like the Vigoroth can't switch in. And if it's got Thunder, I imagine that makes the Drifblim matchup much closer. So certainly until the second move on the Nut's Ferrothorn is revealed, Ferrothorn could be a real issue here.
Yeah, also Charizard is probably the most interesting thing from the field, or at least until now. He has a hard time to Quagsire and also with Vigoroth. And I think it's one of those atomic bombs. If he has some energy, if he farms down something, Blast Burn is threatening for all the mons on the Andrew side. Also, Quagsire can tank 2 Blast Burns. I think it could be interesting to see Charizard in play.
Exactly.
Yeah, actually,
any final
kind of raging just kind of stole my line. Yeah, I was just gonna say that Regintas kind of stole my line there. I was gonna talk about the Charizard. Looks pretty interesting, and as Taz said, that the Charizard can have a lot of play, but it can also just fail completely if it doesn't have that energy advantage against a lot of these things. And also, pretty surprised that the Nut isn't running his new favorite, the normal cast form.
Well, I think normal cast form is very good is kind of good in GBL where you don't see the opponent's line, but when you can see the line of 6,
yeah,
it just no.
Sure.
All right, let's get to our commentators and see what they the matches.
Yeah, from my side, I'm looking forward to see the Quack Boy, because I think he has some nice play if he can avoid the Ferrothorn and the Swampert. He has like some nice matchups against the Othermon, and especially against triple flying team, if we can call that. So here, unfortunately, we only have the footage from Andrew's side, so that's what we are going to show. Let's jump to the battle. And we
Straight in with it.
Yeah, my boy Quag in the lead against Charizard's very positive leads for Andrew, and the Nut is swapping directly into the Articuno, and Andrew is probably going to force a shield here with the Stone Edge.
I expect he'll switch afterwards as well, because nothing he's got into that likes taking on Charizard, so he's got to save it. No?
Oh,
Or maybe he wants to take a debuff first, perhaps?
Oh, that's risky.
Because it could be a Blizzard or an Ice Beam.
Yeah, or it's an Icy Wind finally. Yeah. And he's going all in with the Quack, throwing again this Stone Edge here right now, and double shield. And now he's swapping into his own Articuno.
Yeah, not going to shield this, because he knows if after. Oh, okay. Oh. I was expecting a no shield, knowing that the Charizard could come in any moment and start chipping away. But now the Nut's got no shields left. Charizard isn't going to enjoy these charge moves. So.
Yeah, exactly, and he's going for the Icy Wind. I think the Nut cannot swap out yet, because he's still switch locked. And throwing another Icy Wind, and here comes the Charizard. A bit of lag here, but this, as you were saying, this Charizard is not going to like this Icy Wind. Yeah.
And of course, now the Blast Burn is far less threatening for whatever comes in.
Oh,
perhaps killing the timer a bit here.
Yeah, that's a tough call. Coming in with the Quack makes sense. Here, the play, I think, is maybe trying to bait with the Dragon Claw. Yeah, that's the play. And let's see if he can reach.
Ooh.
And he reaches his charge move just before the Stone Edge. That's against a Dragon Claw.
Oh, it survived.
Yeah, it's not enough debuff. Because of the debuff, exactly, and the Stone Edge is going to send 2 or 3 Charizard to the Professor, and he comes with here with the perfect.
Actually, the Brick Break. Yeah.
The Brick Break, as we were talking earlier about. In this meta to have a Brick Break.
Yeah, but Vigoroth's not going to come out with much energy here.
Yeah, exactly.
So just got to be careful.
Going to put him in the deep yellow red even, and he can farm up. Yes, trying to double up to be able to direct throw the body slam at the remaining Pokemon.
Straight for the ball.
Yeah,
He-
very
surely,
nice play.
surely counter can't farm down here.
Yeah,
Surely not. Oh, I thought he had another shield. My bad.
no, that's very well played, and and I see in the chat that some people are cheering for Andrew. So very nice first game. I appreciated the use of the quack here. Any thoughts on this first game, Matthew?
I thought the Quagsire being in the lead, I thought he was very brave staying in, knowing that the Charizard could have undone his back line, but it seemed like he managed the energy on the Quag very well, made sure he could get as many stone edges off as possible. So yeah, played that really well, I thought.
Yeah, let's move to game 2 and see how the Nut is trying to adapt. And he goes again with the Charizard lead, but this time into a Vigoroth lead. So
There's not much to switch into the Charizard here either, so he's choosing to stay, knowing that Vigoroth's bad matchups are never that bad, are they? So it can he can probably bring the Charizard low.
Exactly, and he can always commit to shield and pray. That's the thing. Let's see this. He let the body slam goes through, and charging up a lot of energy, a bit overcharging here, and throwing this body slam. Will he throw to shield? Yes.
Yeah.
And just before the next body slam, throwing a move. That's very nice counting here.
Yeah. And Andrew's got 2 icy windows in the back as well here, so switch.
He's throwing the body slam here.
So interesting with the Nut saving the Charizard. Do we think he perhaps thinks Andrew's got the Ferrothorn in the back? Because at such low health, that's the only thing that Charizard's going to be able to deal damage to.
That makes sense. And here is shielding, so now it's again 0 shield from both sides, and this is going to be icy wind. So as we saw earlier, it's not doing that much damage, and on the other side, this icy wind is going to KO the Articuno. And let's see, because he cannot come back with the Charizard, so he's going to reveal his third mon, and it's a Ferrothorn.
And, that's why he saved the Charizard. Nice. Brilliant.
That was a nice catch indeed. And now he can farm, so he can farm up extra energy. And even though I think it's going to be complicated to pull out this, we'll see. It's going to be.
That is a lot, isn't it? Flipping heck.
That's a lot. Going for the Shadow Ball. Andrew going for the Shadow Ball.
Yeah, you want the damage at this point so you can counter down, don't you? With Vigoroth. No point debuffing it with this little left in the game.
And trying. And the answer from Andrew with the magnificent swap. So it's 1-1 for the sack swap, and this sack swap was just the win con here, beautiful from both opponents that really played very well. I don't think we have a third game here because it's 2-0 for Andrew here, and we are going to give the floor to the panelists to comment this game. I'm sure they will have a lot to say about those 2 swaps in the last game.
Nope. All right, we go to the last one. It's Ventuski versus it's Jorginho. This is going to be an interesting game. Ventuski again having the Charizard, but he's having it paired up with Mantine. Triple flyers. Wow. That is pretty brave, but unfortunately, fortunately for Ventuski and unfortunately for his Jorginho is not running a Ufisk, which would have been a big problem for Ventuski's line.
I think it's interesting that they both double counter as well. Yeah.
Hold on, wait. We need to let Tadi talk about Pelipper a bit. He won't be
sure.
if we don't let him talk about Pelipper. All right, Tadi, go.
Just gonna say that Jorginho doesn't have the Ufis, but it does have the best one in the Great League in his team, the almighty Pelican.
Rank 0 of Great League on DibuCuervo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it can also do work. A lot of work against Ventuski. Well, the Ferrothorn is always there, and Mantine is not great, but anything else you're pretty fine with. And even against Ferrothorn, if you can maybe shield those potential Thunders, maybe, and then maybe land a Hurricane, it's not that bad. But also against Mantine, if you can land those Hurricanes, it's not that bad. So it's a pretty safe-ish option for Jorginho to use.
Exactly.
But I'm biased, so...
No, I do think Pelipper is going to have a lot of play. Maybe as even a safe swap, having a little bit of energy advantage could give you the do or die situation where you can Hurricane the Ferrothorn and then come back with something else and farm it down. It could be let's say a middle point in using the double counter strategy. Basically, bring in Pelipper, bring out the Ferrothorn, and then bring out the Ferrothorn or something or the Mantine, and then clean up with the rest.
Yeah, I think Pelipper is one of the most solid picks on its Jorginho side. I also noticed that 4 over 4 players from the X teams run Articuno. That's kind of weird. And this is the second Charizard, but I think Charizard gets kinda walled by all its Jorginho line. Only Ferrothorn has hard time with it, but if shields are down, and Ferrothorn has a Thunder is gonna like one shot. And also Jorginho has a super spammy line.
Yeah.
I think
Ventuski will need to bring in bulk, which is going to be the Mantine for sure. Yeah. Or it's not going to be able to have 4 shields. Anything else before we go into the shoutcast? All right, let's go straight down.
Yeah, really looking forward this battle to see who is going to be the king of South America here between Chile and Peru. Those two are two very good battlers, as we were saying in the beginning. So really looking forward to a nice game. So let's move to the game, to game 1, and we have the magnificent Vigoroth mirror here. So
the good thing for Ventuski is that at least it's not up against the Drifblim.
Yeah, definitely. And here the play is maybe to try to sneak in a counter, as it could be a huge deciding factor. And that's why I think Ventuski decided not to throw, and it's Jorginho succeeded to sneak in a counter. That could be a huge deciding factor, and he decided to let go his Vigoroth, coming with the Mantine as predicted by our analysts. A bit of lag here,
and these are gonna hurt, because there's no debuff yet, so
yeah.
Before the debuff, Mantine isn't all that bulky. It's nice, but it's the attack debuff really helps Mantine. So these are going to really chip.
Yeah, this second body slam is huge because it puts the Mantine in the deep yellow, and now he's going to. He banked a lot of energy and he swapped to the Pelipper to absorb this bubble beam. and the answer from Ventuski is to bring his Articuno. It's a single move Articuno, as we saw yesterday as well. He's going to shield correctly here.
Yeah, because these weather balls are only going to get weaker from here, aren't they? So
yeah,
may as well shield the first and try and come out of the game with some energy.
To throw an icy wind at the next one.
Yeah.
And here Giorgino, seeing that he couldn't reach the Hurricane, decided to throw the weather ball. Ventuski with no shield. And that's going to be interesting.
Maybe come with Vigoroth and throw the energy?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a beautiful play.
Huge.
Because now he's forcing a shield. Because Ventuski has so much energy on the Articuno that he needs to shield. He decided to farm down. And here the question. Drifblim is going to tank the icy wind, but it's going to hurt. Yeah, almost like a thunder, swapping directly, and the clutch bubble beam here. Because even if a bubble beam does not that much damage, is kind of forcing. He forced the Drifblim to throw. The Drifblim didn't throw, but that's a very nice first game from Ventuski here.
Yeah. Nice play from It's Jorginho to do the to bring the Drifblim in, then swap to Vigoroth to sort of get back into it and almost find a win con. But yeah, really nicely played from Ventuski.
Yeah, let's move to game 2. And this time, that's a bad lead for Ventuski.
Staying in there.
Staying in. Yeah, maybe he wants to. Yeah, that was the plan. He wanted to try to catch the weather ball. Kind of using Amon as a third shield, and he's going straight. Jorginho going straight for the Hurricane, and no shield from Ventuski.
We go straight ice beam here, surely. Get some damage back.
Yeah, exactly. And Pelipper.
No one ever shields a Mantine, do they? That's
yeah. Expecting a bubble beam. Everyone is always expecting a bubble beam.
Yeah.
And here as well, trying to catch the move on the Obstagoon.
Again, Ice Beam does a decent chunk. Although Obstagoon with an energy lead is awesome as well, isn't it? So
yeah, now the Obstagoon is going to be able to threaten some mons. He already has a Night Slash ready, and he's going to ship for the boost, I assume.
Ventuski letting the first one through just in case the boost comes and he has to shield the second.
Yeah, exactly. That's very smart from him. And you're going for the bait with the Dragon Claw and no shield from Jorginho. And he's going to throw the Night Slash. This time it's going to draw a shield from Ventuski.
He's going to be able to drop a Blast Burn here. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
and then the weather ball comes through, doesn't it? So no more farm down for the Pelipper.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Jorginho here. Throwing this and swapping directly into the Vigoroth to limit the farm down opportunity for the Articuno. That was an interesting move here, and now throwing this Jorginho throwing the body slam, gets a shield.
So I think the one shield here is pretty even. So it's going to be a case of, I think someone's going to maybe this is going to be won or lost on a sack swap, perhaps.
Yeah, I think that could be a play for Jorginho to kind of swap out in the Vigoroth in order to let's say clear the debuff and to come back in. So I assume he will try to he will try to bank body slam, but I honestly don't think he's going to be able to make it to switch before the switch timer is off. And he sealed the deal.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing a game 3 here, so...
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
The deciding game here to see if, let's say, the egg can pull out the second win there, and it's Mantine.
I mean, Mantine has the advantage here, but this is nice for its Jorginho because nothing, he has Vigoroth and Pelipper in the back, so getting rid of the Mantine is going to be a huge help for both of those mons.
Yeah, exactly. And even if this matchup is slightly favorable to the Mantine, with the boost, if he gets the Night Slash boost, he is going to completely be able to flip the matchup, and that's why he's doing right now, shipping for the boost.
And if he doesn't get boosts, he can farm. So it's a win. Nice either way, isn't it? Mantine going straight for Ice Beam. Got to limit that health on the Obstagoon as much as it can.
And no shield here is going to be able to throw nice Night Slash. Not expecting a shield from Ventuski.
No.
And he's going to be able to win switch. There is like an aggressive farming with the Pelipper to get rid of the Mantine.
A nice bit of energy as well.
Yeah, and he's coming with the Articuno, which makes sense here. Expecting
Looks like Ventuski's in a tough spot.
Yeah. That switching with the Pelipper might be clutch in the end. And now drawing a shield from Jorginho with this Icy Wind.
Maybe try and store up as much energy as he can before you can switch out and clear the debuff.
Yeah, exactly, and that's really nice. All those charge moves are really nicely timed each time, just before the opponent could reach a charge move. And here he can double up with the Weather Ball just before the Icy Wind. Ventuski is charging a bit more. He tried to catch the Icy Winds here with the almost dead Obstagoon, and that was the one counter, a free counter for Vigoroth.
Yeah.
And he's going to throw this Weather Ball. Obviously, it's going to do some nice damage, but not enough to really threaten the Vigoroth. And no shield from Jorginho. He's decided to let go the Pelipper.
Go for the full counter down here, perhaps with the shield advantage.
Yeah.
So that Weather Ball chip damage was important here.
And no shield. So maybe trying to almost double up to be sure.
Yeah. And he sort of knew what he was doing, didn't he? Yeah.
That's GG here.
Yeah, nicely played. Yeah. The Pelipper switching was clutch there, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. We directly identify it as the changing factor of this game, and surprisingly, it's an amazing win for the Primes here. So GG to the Primes, and I'm pretty sure the analysts will have a lot to say in this last game that was pretty amazing between two amazing battlers.
Yeah, oh my god, definitely. Ventuski did all he could to try and pull this off, especially in game 2. He went for the farm down on the Vigoroth because that's the only one. That was one of his only win condition is double icy wind, the Mantine and the Pelipper at the back. But as Tati predicted, even though he's called Raging Taz for now, it will be Pelipper coming in clutch throughout the entire series. All right. One last thing before we go, Ventuski, we'd love to have you in one of our podcasts for Silph. Let us know if you're interested.
Yeah, definitely. And we could even do the first Spanish My PvP Academia lesson with you. That will be an honor.
All right. Okay. Let's start the raid.